chicky pow pow. Honey bee chippy chicky pow 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 pow. Chicky pow pow. Honey bee chippy chicky pow 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 pow.
Doggy Bow Wow is a journey to West Cork, a place with heart, a guiding hand to lift the veil, trusting in a dunta and dul sheer, trusting in a dunta and dul sheer. To the myth, magic and the facts of life, come immerse yourself in the liquid sunshine of this emerald isle, getting close enough to see the fabled green bone. Ruff, everyone.
My name is Pedro, Inspector Pedro to be exact. I am a Frenchie with a Spanish name, but I am from Sicily, and Ireland, just like Ireland. To get to West Cork, I have travelled 3,000 kilometres by car and 14 by ferry. A world apart, they told me. Bow wow! What in the name of all cat Siamese does that mean, a world apart? I am on a secret mission on behalf of the powerful Sicilian boss of diet kibbles, Don Ciro Canolo, the dog father.
Rispetto Pedro, find me that damn green bone. It's the only one missing from my collection. They say it's in West Cork. Find it and bring it to me, or must I repeat myself?
The green bone? Everything is green here. Relax, Don Ciro. We'll find this green bone no matter what. We stay in typical Irish house down there in Bantry, a little village of 1,000 colours amidst endless green fields caressed by the ocean. The statue of Wolf Stone stands in the square. Jennifer sells gummy bears in her shop. There's the mill next to the bookshop. JJ and his magic stick. Willie, my bizarre neighbour, and Danny, the postman.
Sorry, Pedro, no letters today.
Ah, there you are now, Pedro. I always knew that your search for the green bone would bring you to the Atlantic. You're in the wild Atlantic way, a place rich in fairies and mysteries, who has inspired poets, sailors, writers, adventurers and travellers. Who knows, maybe it will inspire you too with the search for the elusive green bone. Good luck!
So, here we are, my first day in West Cork. I've solved many tricky cases in the past. I found the famous Australian boomerang bone that was hidden in a kangaroo's pouch. Yeah. And the almond-shaped Chinese yellow bone that was embedded in an enormous grain of rice. But this green bone is a tough one, so it goes. I'm not lacking in beauty or bravery. I'm not worried that the West Corkonians are world famous for having stolen all the wonderful colours of the world. The yellows, blue, red, green, azure, fuchsia, purple, orange, pink, and a whole plethora of mysterious colours never before seen, even in a Sicilian casata. First priority was to review the article by the super smart Professor Jeremiah McNaughton, the reporter from the Western Bank, the newspaper most read by West Cork doggies.
So here in West Cork we have neither motorways, nor pollution, nor thunderstorms, car horns or snakes. Instead there is an abundance of potatoes, rivers, lakes, cliffs and beaches, and of course beer. With more tractors than cars, more trees than palaces. Most of our inhabitants are seals, fairies, sheep, swans, elves, dolphins, cows, and only a few humans scattered here and there. Thank God. Sure, it is impossible to know whether the water you see is a river, a sea or a lake. Until the next update, Inspector Pedro.
So, let me smell the situation. Green fields, heather, ocean, bays. But where are we? In paradise? Considering I'm from Palermo, where even the traffic is a tourist attraction, quite all this peace and serenity makes me suspicious. And cows, a hell of a lot of cows in paradise. So it goes. Something didn't work. Too many potatoes, no smog, and thousands, millions, billions of cows. I decided to question him. I didn't go myself, but I sent Admiral Sparky, who, despite a tense moment with the cows, gave me the following report.
Hi Pedro. So here in West Cork is a great place for farming because we normally get lots of rain and we even get some sunshine. And because of the sea being so close and we being on the south coast of Ireland, it means that we get very little cold weather and cows can be outside grazing the grass and the clover for a long time to produce milk, and these cows are making milk to go into cheese production. But myself and the cows, we've done a lot of looking and we can find lots of green things, but sorry, no green bone.
For goodness sake, the funny looking cows, the cheeses, the views, the silence, the peace. But where is my green bone, Inspector Pedro? Or must I repeat to myself?
One day I summoned my neighbour Willie. He's a bit weird, but maybe one of the most famous Irish creatures who lives in the mysterious, unearthly Irish world with gnomes and fairies and goblins. The so-called good people, as the Irish refer to the fairies for fear of incurring their wrath. Yes, I think Willie is one of the good people. Maybe he'll know more about the green bone. I shall ask him shortly. But in the meantime, I have to rendezvous with a famous local journalist in a secret location. I'm hoping she will have information for me on the elusive green bone. I met her on a grey day by the sea.
Hello, Pedro.
The babe began to say things that had nothing to do with the green bone. Perhaps she was frightened by the number one enemies of Don Giro Canolo, the clan of the stinking sparrows of Etna.
Do not mess with us.
But what impressed me most was how the extra cunning journalist disguised her voice to avoid being recognized.
A world apart because I think
A world apart because I think you are away from what we call the rush ways, the hustle and bustle of the city. One of the reasons I love West Cork is because there are so many different things to do. It's a really wonderful place to live.
I returned home without any cats in the bag and considered my next move. where, oh where, could that damn green bone ever be?
Do not mess with us.
For all the Hungarian German shepherds, a fluffy message. I must be very careful. Just remember, Inspector Pedro, before you start looking for your green bone again, you're in Ireland, so relax and have a Guinness. Sláinte.
Well, do we have any good news about the whereabouts of my Grimbonna? Or must I repeat myself?
What?
Ciao, Kuyuba. Long time no see. You're looking well. I have to water these flowers.
Ciao, Pedro.
I'm here with David and Lisa, who live in the forest. I heard tell of the human Lieutenant Sergeant Cuba. I knew he had something to do with the good people. We entered the woods where the trees were intertwined and seemed to be spying on us. Finally, we arrived at an uninhabited village. The Irish stone, that magical slate, the stone of the clans, of fairies, of the red-haired princess, of small, unpredictable creatures, and of pointy-eared goblins.
Finding the name of the...
I explored another mysterious spot, but only found an abandoned orange house that smelt of fairies and goblins. Another house hung from a tree, giant, menacing-looking toadstools, a musical shoe house that didn't play, and a curious puppet with yellow boots. I took a chunk of her hair for later examination. Also, I ventured into a fairy fort where an Irishman would never dare to go for fear of being captured by the good people. The ditch with woody vines was creepy, but still no trace of the damn green bone.
So we were talking earlier, or Harkness was talking about the two-day Dannon, this magical race that travelled down under the ground, and there was 3 places they would go to connect with these beings and to connect with this magical race. The first place was next to water, either a river or a lake in a mountain. The second was underneath a tree or in a forest, and the third was climbing to the top of the mountain. And it's there where you would go to connect with the spirits of the fairies or the two-day Dannon.
Where did he get the balls?
I went to see the very astute Willie, and he asked if he believed in fairies.
I do.
Later, we bought pizza to the lovely Mary.
The fairies.
The ultra-enigmatic West Cork story was quite chilling, so it was time for me to investigate.
We returned, and when we came around the corner beyond the pier, I could see something near the graveyard.
Oh yes, there are lots of us fairy types here in West Cork. We can be found nearly everywhere in nature that hasn't been trashed by the dreaded JCB. We can appear and disappear at any moment. We might make someone accidentally slip, for instance, if they were behaving badly. Or we might slip into your kitchen for late-night nibbles and such things.
I'm beginning to wonder if this green bone will ever be found. Time to check in again with Professor Know-it-all.
Well now, at 685 meters, Hungry Hill is the tallest mountain, famously inhabited by the good people. Here the humans are friendly. They love long walks in the nature, playing golf, Gaelic football and swimming in the wall. Lots of redheads and an abundance of stunning landscapes. The men are strong and the women witty and creative. Good luck, Inspector Pedro.
There wasn't a moment to lose, so I took off all around West Cork, past Celtic Cross and the surrounding areas. All the stone, the landscape, the greenery reminds me of the Irish clans, the castles and powerful families from the past like O'Connor, McCarthy, O'Neill and Brian Brew. And guess what I'm going to tell you? Get a pen and paper and grab onto my non-existent tail as I take you on a wonderful tour in search of the unobtainable green bone. Bow wow. This is how fairies' tales begin in West Cork.
Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair, they stole my comb. Well, that's all right till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty. She is the belle of Belfast City. She is a courting 1, 2, 3. Pray, won't you tell me how I say? Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair, they stole my comb. Well, that's all right till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty. She is the belle of Belfast City. She is a courting 1, 2, 3. Pray, won't you tell me how I say? Albert Mooney says he loves her, all the boys are fighting for her. Knock at the door and they ring that bell. Oh, my true love, are you well? Out she comes with quite a star, rings on her fingers and bells on her toes. Oh, Jenny Murray says she will die if she doesn't get the fella with the roving eye. Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pulled my hair, they stole my comb, but that's all right till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty. She is the belle of Belfast City. She is a courting 1, 2, 3. Pray, would you tell me how they say? In the rain, in the hair blow high, and the smoke come tumbling from the sky. She's as nice as apple pie, and she'll get her own lad by and by. When she gets a lad of her own, she won't tell him not till she comes home. Let them all come as they will, for it's Albert Mooney she'll have tales. Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair, they stole my comb, but that's all right till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty. She is the belle of Belfast City. She is a courting 1, 2, 3. Pray, would you tell me how they say?
Hi, Inspector Pedro. Welcome to West Cork. We have seen the rise and fall of many cultures who have left us many ancient and mysterious sites. The brave warriors and chieftains who left great hill forts. The druidic priests and priestesses of the stone circles, stone rows and standing stones. The Christians, the Vikings, the Normans who built great monasteries, towns and castles. But Inspector Pedro, I've searched high and low, but I'm so sorry to say that your search goes on as I can find no trace of your green bone.
Will I find it or will I not? Will I find it or with a what?
Inspector Pedro, do I need to start loading my shotgun? Ah.
And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more.
climbed back slowly, and still no sign of the green bone. Then came that crazy day, mamma mia, 17th of March, St. Patrick's Day, when all the West Corkonians seemed to have gone quite mad. They played, they danced, they flew. Everything was green. Green dogs, green flags, tractors, witches, and children running wild. Absolute bedlam. And I said to myself, the green bone must be here too. But no.
Hi, Inspector Pedro. I'm sorry, there's no green bones here.
Bye-bye, Pedro.
I go home to my parents, confess what I've done, and I'll ask them to pardon their prodigal son. And if they caress me as oft times before, I never will play the wild rover no more. And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the wild rover. No, never, no more. And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the wild rover. No, never, no more. Last time. And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the wild rover. No, never, no
For the love of 101 Dalmatians, a cryptic message. I'll have to open it with extreme caution.
Hello, Inspector Pedro. Welcome to West Cork. I hope you're enjoying your stay here. I'm here in Aine in West Cork, but unfortunately, Inspector Pedro, there are no green bones.
Inspector Pedro, West Cork is one of the best places in the world for water activities. Kayaking, canoeing, sailing, windsurfing, surfing, diving and sea swimming. If you would like to search for the green bone yourself, you are welcome to join me and we can search together all around the coastal areas of West Cork.
Inspector Pedro, don't you have anything to say to me? Now I'm gonna break these mirrored sunglasses over your head. Or must I repeat myself?
My name is Philippinus Bruceloni von Bureaucratibus. I travel the world imposing laws, prohibitions, taxes, and endless forms to sign. Down with traditions, long live globalization, which means more taxation.
Inky, who is this crazy guy?
Welcome, Pedro. I'd like you to listen to the sound of the harp.
Someone is trying to trick me. Hey, who's there? A cat? No, maybe a dolphin. Or maybe a witch on a broomstick. Keep calm, amigos. Keep her cool. Like all dogs growing up, I wanted to be a butcher. But you know, my snifferosity was superior, so I became an inspector. If you think about it, maybe the cows agree with the girl with the green hat. Or maybe, yes, the seals. Yes, the seals are hiding something from me. Oh my God, I see enemies everywhere. Hey, who is there? And there, and there. Calm down, Pedro. Everything will pass now. By now, everyone in West Cork knew about my search. I was hoping Danny, the painter, postman, might deliver an anonymous letter with a potential lead.
Sorry, Pedro, no letters today.
Often, to give myself a break from the tiring searches, I would go to the beach with my human while she collected moss and slate and sticks to build Ruff, a most enchanting and mysterious village. Hey, that lad without clothes has ears like mine.
Hey, have you seen me naked? I didn't want you to see me naked.
That night, I dreamt I was at Ruff. Through the window there was a bridge, a river, and right in front of me, a red-headed fairy sat watching me.
Frankly speaking, I was looking at the ears. Bigger than elf ears. Well done.
You recognize me, my adorable? This is Bella. Bella, your ultra sexy assistant. Forests, mountains, tractors, red hair, beer. Where did you end up, my dear? Please come back, I beg you. By the way, you have an appointment with Agent Mango.
That old codger, Mango, took me around the gardens of West Cork. We walked all over, by lakes and bridges, through all sorts of vegetation in this green land.
Yeah.
There were even cannons we could use in an emergency. We sniffed everything and everywhere, but no trace of the elusive green bone. We even ran wild along the beach. Mango stopped for a bath. I think he was a little tipsy. All in all, it was a wasted afternoon. So let me think about this. Castles? No. Cows? Moo. Lakes? No. Beaches? No. However, there should be this green bone. Still, no time for crying. I will find it. Wisfin, find it!
Took a stroll on the old long walk of a day. Met a little girl and stopped to talk a fine soft day.
It was tough going, so on Halloween I got in touch with an esteemed friend via missile.
Cause her hair was black and her eyes are blue.
Pedro. Don't know if you remember me or not, but of course I'm one of the local Sean the Galley. Sean of the Moonlight, and I'm here at the Lep Scarecrow Festival in the season of Samhain. And of course Samhain is one of the great Gaelic festivals we have here in Ireland, where the veil between the other world and our world is at its thinnest. You might know it as Halloween, but of course we know it here still as Samhain. But Pedro, don't think I saw any green bones, so you'll have to keep looking. But you should come to Lep sometime, to the Scarecrow Festival around Samhain, or Halloween as you might call it. It's great fun.
Mamma mia, I got drunk on Guinness. My head does boom, boom. So, to continue, pumpkins and skeletons do not have my green bone. Then, Inspector Pedro, keep looking, or must I?
If I will find such a green bone, I will eat it. Meanwhile, Ruff, the magical world created by my very respectable and whimsical human, continues to be enriched with strange characters. Hey, that hand belongs to a witch. I recognize Adrian the butcher.
Did you find a beach?
and Danny the postman.
Sorry, Pedro, no letters today.
How did he get in there? Bow wow, my tail is spinning. I have turned West Cork upside down, but to no avail. And then there was JJ. As soon as he heard about the green bone, he'd a right old laugh. That night I dreamed I was in Ruff again, amongst all the coloured little houses. There was a pub, the White Trout, where an elf served me a berry beer. I spent the next day with Lola. What an Irish babe. Had me a local steak on the beach too. By yum.
Trick or treat, Inspector Pedro.
The green bone does not exist. Do you understand? Quit the dreaming. Too many traditions in this place. It's not good enough. Let's globalize everyone from head to toe.
That madman Bruxelloni again. Minchia.
Hello, Pedro. Welcome to the Marion Hall in Ballinasig. There's loads of dancing going on all over West Cork, and you'll be welcome to join us anytime, even if you have two left legs. We'll still get you dancing. So they've been searching the whole hall inside. You can see them all dancing around, looking for your bone, lovely green bone, but we can't find it. Sorry about that.
One day, inspiration struck me. I should search the 3 famous bays in West Cork. Straight ahead across the ocean lies America. I grabbed the sword in preparation for the chase. Well, hold on to my bat ears. We continue to travel amidst heather and slate. And suddenly there, it is, the ocean. Sapphire blue against emerald green meadows. The Irish countryside can leave you breathless. The life, the beauty. Come out, Greenbone, wherever you are.
Hi, Inspector Pedro. In West Cork, there are lots of places where you can enjoy a walk, such as lush forests, endless paths along the coastline overlooking the Atlantic Ocean, mountains, lakes, rivers, nature reserves, wonderful gold beaches, amazing private gardens. There are bridges, high cliffs, cows, sheep, the scent of heather in the air, and everywhere is green, 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 and without pollution. This is West Cork, Inspector Pedro. But I'm sorry, the green bone is not in any of these places.
Minchia, I ate so much kibble yesterday. Mamma mia, my belle, just a moment, I'm coming. Here I am. Is my green bone on the way, Inspector Pedro? Should I be concerned, or must I repeat myself?
Oh my God, how stressed am I? I am a desperate Frenchie at this point. And when a Frenchie is desperate, God knows what he'll do. So I turned to my most fiercest collaborator with the most terrifying gaze in all of Ireland. Cookie the fearsome. Just looking at her turns my blood cold.
I am Cookie, and I am to be feared.
God help us!
I'm gonna find Pedro's green bone. I don't see it anywhere here. I know Pedro loves sniffing around trees. Perhaps it's behind this tree. Oh, nope, it isn't. What if it's floating in the river? But how would it end up there? Maybe it's somewhere over there. I'm gonna go check. Well, Pedro, me and my humans couldn't find your green bone anywhere here.
Pedro's green bone is not here.
And finally, it's Christmas.
They got cars big as bars, they got rivers of gold. Put the windows right through you, it's no place for the old. When you first took my hand on a cold Christmas Eve, you promised me Broadway was waiting for me. You were handsome,
You were pretty queen of New York City. When the band finished playing, they held out for more.
Sinatra was swinging, all the drunks they were singing. We kissed on the corner, then danced through the night. The boys of the NYPD choir were singing, Go Away Babe. And the bells were ringing out for Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Buon Natale, Pedro!
Merry Christmas, Inspector Pedro. Your green bone is not here.
Why is the green bone here?
We can't find this that out. Did you look for it?
I looked all over West Cork, Pedro, for the green bone and we could not find it.
The bone is gone.
Could have been someone.
Well, so could anyone. You took my dreams from me.
On St. Stephen's Day, I was still as stuffed as an English bulldog and fell right asleep after reading a report in the Southern Star about the most beautiful Molly the Sprolly, Miss West Cork. Molly, whose beauty would smack you sideways, circled her island, digging, sniffing, but without success. Among seals and dolphins, I sailed to the islets of West Cork, a world where time has stopped still. Such a triumph of nature. Heaven and earth, a place of infinite horizons filled with silent sensations.
How are you, Pedro? 'Tis yourself that's in it. Pedro, I have good news for you, and I have bad news for you. Here in West Cork, there are some of the finest islands Ireland or the world has to offer. I know because I've been on them all, and some of the best ones are here in Cork. I've even written a book describing them. First, the good news. You're going to enjoy every minute of your time here in West Cork. It is dog heaven. There are rabbits to chase, seagulls to bark at, and beaches to run on. Pedro, you'll love it. But the bad news. Sorry, Pedro, but there are no green bones out there. There's white ones, brown ones, even some black ones, but there are no green bones out there. Sorry, Pedro.
Damn it! Damn it! It's nowhere to be found.
Ehi, chi balla male in quel castello?
Well, what can I say? If it isn't found, it can't be found. My snifferosity is suggesting to me that the green bone is hidden somewhere here in West Cork, though. I travelled the infamous Wild Atlantic Way along golden beaches, cliffs, past exciting, colourful villages, islands, breathtaking views, and I arrived at the border with County Kerry, where our world seems to end and a world of fantasy opens its door. I scoured the N71, the most rousing road in the world, from the Turner's Rock Tunnel up to the 12-arch Ocean Bridge of Ballygilhob. I searched the supermarket shelves and I even sent Paddy and his human to the very strange tractor parade.
No joy,
Sorry, Pedro.
Chasing my tail, asked the sheep around the temple of Knocknakill, and I reached a curious tree in the middle of the Castle Downsend Road. Nothing at all. Then I started looking at all the museums.
I'm afraid you cannot find the green bone either here or in any of the other museums mentioned before. So go, goodbye, and good luck, my friend.
I met two strange girls who plied me with the infamous West Cork food of sausage, bacon and eggs for breakfast. Fish stew for lunch. Irish stew for dinner. Bailey's cheesecake for dessert.
Unfortunately, the green bone is nowhere to be seen. Please try somewhere else.
Thank you very much for coming in, for thinking about us. We highly appreciate it, and we thank you very much.
I crept cautiously into the haunted house of Dunmanway, searched Kenna's round tower to see if he had hidden it there during the Shivingli assault. Had to look at the dark submerged oak forest of the Gira to see if a green bone had ended up there during the Ice Age. And I got as far as Bandon Town and the river of the same name. I also turned the tiny village microscope humans and a crazy train upside down. I slipped inside the skeleton of the Kilbritton whale, past towns and villages, and scoured all the ultra-colourful alleyways of Kinsale, where coloured the coloration with a colorisation never coloured in that way. The smellination of the green bone was very strong. Minkia! But still, I couldn't find it. By now, all West Corkonians, humans and doggies, were hunting the elusive green bone. The famous demolitioners also took part in the search. Jemison van Housecobra searched around the telephone box in Timileague. Duffy the hamster searched in Ardfield. Eric the ostrich in Cailkill. Geraldine Lasagna the cat in Clonagilty, and Garrett's the rabbit in Roscarbery. The famous play by Charlie Duffgold was also suspected, but in truth he was hiding in a box of cheese biscuits.
Let me see what is under the red peel.
Hello, Inspector Pedro. Here we are at Glenbeg Lake in our Groom, Beira, West Cork. A beautiful lake high up on the mountains. Try your hand at some fishing. You might even find your green bone at the bottom of the lake.
The green bone is not here. No.
No.
Gwyl glory friend Rob. Hold after your shooling shot, tuckled, agus tógáil, Eric a chorus a curve in Shantak shop, Mar Gallery Eliana. Need cost not tourish the Canalplas, not a trace of your green bone, but what for to road.
Aine or is me that.
Boom! Buffalo.
Don't you understand that the green bone does not exist? In the name of bureaucracy, terribilis, and atrocious globalizes, from this day forward, all green things, sheep and beer are banned in West Cork. Green Nation, sheep and beer, all forbidden. Laws, prohibitions, forms to sign. Long live globalizazione.
Minga.
And no, even Minkia, as dear Chiro might say. There you are very wrong, Bruceloni von Bureaucratibus. Sheep, beer, and emerald green in this country will never be touched. What the flocking flockery does he think he's playing at?
And now, who are you?
What a question. I am Shifra, the beautiful queen of Ruff, with a body, oh my goodness, a body to die for.
Minga, vattene di cagerla.
insignificant and stinking Brucelloni, may your sheets be full of nettles. May you and all your kind, in Ireland and outside Ireland, marry the old dried up hag, damned withering bureaucrats. So, dear Pedro, given your tenacity, your perseverance, your love for West Cork, your bat ears, your black eye, and above all, given the fact that this documentary must end, you must know that in West Cork there is a magical world called Tirnanog, inhabited by us, the other crowd. In this other world you will find villages like ours here in Ruff. This is the world that each of us has the right to experience. In Ruff there are no wars, no dictators. It is a land of eternal youth, where you can travel whenever you want, and where you can dream the future and create the reality you are looking for. And all of us, otherworld dwellers who inhabit these villages, fairies, banshees, witches, goblins, pukas, we all pledge to do what we can to make sure that West Cork retains that spirit, free of this globalitia tremendous. Let us hold close to our hearts these traditions, customs, habits of the world of magic.
But do you believe what the love at the festivities?
In the name of all druids, Don Chiro, are you out of your mind?
What do I know? Maybe it's the air of this place, the euphoria, the West Cork ascender.
I can smell the bone very strongly. The scent is completely enveloping me.
Calm down, dear Pedro. You see, I have a thing for hygiene. So let me suggest you go home and take a nice bath. I'm sorry to say, but you smell like a goat. And then why not go to your kennel, take a nice cup of milk and a sugar sandwich with you, and you wait and see something will happen. We'll soon be finished with this green bone fiasco and that despicable bureaucratus too.
And so I did. I went to the market in Bantry where there was these funny guys with wigs that I found in the stones of Mama Dogga at home. They were caught in Ruff with Argo the fishmonger.
I'm sorry, Pedro. I have no fish left.
Bow wow, what a headache of mixed roast.
Aspetto Pedro, open those super ears wide.
Don Chiro, don't bust my chops. So, as Shifra ordered me, I put a cup of milk and sugar sandwich in my kennel, took a nice bath because I actually smelled like a human. Ooh. So I went back to the kennel, the sandwich and the milk were gone. I heard an explosion. It felt like someone kicked me hard in the butt, which made me go off like a rocket. I saw light, stars, incandescent trails, lightning, a dinosaur, aliens, the seven dwarfs, the rings of Saturn, Willy, and several other minchate. All of a sudden, I ended up in Ruff, finding myself inside a box owned by the fairy book merchant who sold magic books.
Minghia!
I found it! It wasn't Ruff after all. And so another magical world was born in West Cork. Ruff and all the characters from this adventure ended up in there. And now Don Chiro has returned to his Palermo and cries all day thinking about Shifra. Danny turned into a leprechaun, Sparky into a speaking tree, the Balance dancer into Manny as a wee puka, Willie into an elf, the journalist and the archaeologist set up a magician shop, Bureaucratibus and all the Irish globinishers have been thrown into the ocean, etc. And Pedro, adorable Pedro, he's the greatest four-legged detective in the world, visible and invisible. If you want to meet them all, just come to West Cork and go to Ruff. But how do you find Ruff? You'll find it. You'll find many of these worlds in West Cork there, that's all. And from this day on, when a child or dog causes troubles, they are told, behave, or I will send you to Ruff to Don Chiro. Or must I repeat myself?
Hi,
To find the treasure using your nose